Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. Just looking at what that mess is behind me. It's my coat. Just shift it out of the way. How you doing, guys? Another City top. I love it, love it, love it. I was at the City store today, guys, having a chat with an old fella there. I'll talk about that on. Let's talk about Pep's press conference for the game against Olympiacos of Greece. Olympiacos. So Nathan Aké was at the press conference. He spoke first. I'll go through some of the stuff he said. And then obviously we're going to talk about what Pep said. So I'm just going to put this on onto Facebook. I have to remember where I was putting it. I can only really want to put it on once I actually start talking. So, and as I'm on my own, guys, you know how it is. So we'll talk about injuries. What's the situation with Gabby J? Is he ready to play against Olympiacos? Is he going to start the game? Is he going to be on the bench? What's the score there? We're going to talk about Aguero. Where is Aguero's injury situation? Obviously talk about our hectic schedule, the chance of almost qualifying for the next stage of the Champions League if we win our third game. Stuff like that, guys. Really, really important. Excuse me, I just got a little tickle. Excuse me again. Suddenly got this little bit of a, not a persistent cough, guys, just a little bit of a tickly cough. Which is a bummer, because I'm going to France tomorrow. And you cough at the border, you ain't going, guys. You cough at the border, you ain't going across. So I'll take some honey and lemon. Adam, Faris, Akash, hey, looking good, guys. No strikers tomorrow, Faris. Hey, let's get there. Tommy, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Alexis Nunes said about Harry Kane. We'll talk about that tonight, guys. I think we should talk about what Alexis Nunes said. And briefly, some people might say, oh, it's very little, it's nothing. And Mark Ogden and the producer, what they said, it's you're making something out of nothing, you know, and you're all snowflakes and you shouldn't be doing that. You can't say anything. Talk about that tonight. Well, my opinion. Sophia Thompson, nice to have you on board. Blue Chand, Adam, how's everybody? Hope everybody's well. Prithvi, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're very well. Right, guys. I'll tell you before we get going, let a few more people come on. These days, I'm afraid to cough and sneeze. Yeah, I was, you know, cleaning my nose. You know, it's cold. It's cold in Manchester. It's so windy and cold and wet that, you know, you do want to clean your nose occasionally with a handkerchief. And you worry that people are looking at you and think there's something wrong with it. Hi, Nicholas. I hope you're well. Where are you from, Nicholas? Where are you from, Nicholas? If I say Alexandros Kalispira. It's good evening. I think it's still evening. Kalispira to you, buddy. I've got the Olympiacos interview to record in a couple of hours' time. So the preview, I'm recording it tonight and I'll edit it tonight and pop it out tomorrow. Yep, same in Dublin. You know, I've just started this cough, and I shouldn't be ill because I've not been out. I've been. Thank you, Sophia Thompson. Your support is always most welcome. Thank you so much for saying that. So yeah, I've been self-isolating. So you know, I've only been out for 2 days now, so I shouldn't be getting anything. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'll just let you know what's coming for you guys. If you haven't seen Jenny's review of the FA Cup final, that's been a brilliant video. That's about 950 views since I put it up less than 20, I think like 24 hours ago. It's on 900 and, I'm just checking the numbers, 948 was the last time I looked, and it's on 950 now. So that's done really well. You're going to get a Riyad Mahrez video. My opinions on what Sam Lee said, what Riyad Mahrez said, and what's going on subsequently. Interesting. What's that? Are those Louboutin shoes there, Sophia Thompson? Are they yours or are they on your wish list? So if I'm going to see you're blocking in, hope Jesus comes off the bench and hit that like button. Let's hit that like button, guys. You're going to get a lot of stuff from me today. So bang, here's your first video. Once I'm off here, I'm going to put the Mahrez video live. Okay, that shot at the Etihad. I do go occasionally to the Etihad Stadium to shoot videos just for the sheer hell of it. You know, it's a 30-minute drive. You know, well, in busy traffic, it's 30 minutes. If there's not much traffic, I do that in about 20. So I was down at the Etihad today. Very, very windy, blustery conditions, very noisy. The video quality is The sound quality is a little bit because I wasn't expecting it to be so windy. But I'm at the Etihad. I do go, and I did have a look around, but there was they're redoing the store because of COVID. I assume lots of places are doing that. And there's a limit to where I'll go and buying stuff from City, but it's not very busy at all. But that video will come out later, and you'll get obviously the live stream tonight. So tons of stuff. Right, Tommy, I've been talking to my Algerian friends in school, and they're all slating me because of my opinion of Mahrez. Don't worry. I always say be objective. Be as objective as you can, and you'll see that in my video that comes out later. And you might think I'm against Mahrez. I'm not. I'm absolutely not against Riyad Mahrez. Right, let's get into this press conference. I'm going to talk about Nathan Aké because he was up first. What's he been saying? Okay, Nathan Aké, obviously just come back from injury. Life at City. How has the move been? Nathan says, it's been very good so far. I'm really enjoying it. The team has made me feel welcome, as are the manager and the staff. I'm really enjoying it for sure. The feeling in the squad is very good. 2 wins, 2 clean sheets is important. The last results help us gain confidence going into the next game, and hopefully we can do the same. A big week for City. Is this kind of the reason you wanted to join City? Of course. Anyone who plays football wants to play in the Champions League. It is the biggest competition. To be able to play those nights is perfect, and you want to come to a club like this for those nights. Also, there is a very important game, a good one. It will be good to be involved in those. Every game for us is a big one. We want to do well this season, so every game will be important. We focus on Olympiacos first in an important game for our group, and then see what happens after. The difference between City and Bournemouth, it is a step up. The difference is in the expectations. You are here to win trophies and titles, playing the big Champions League games. That is the difference, and it's a good step up for me to be able to improve myself and learn from one of the best managers in the world. I knew it was going to be different. Everyone knows there is a difference in the clubs between sides and expectations. It didn't surprise me. What about injury concerns? How do players feel about the schedule? Not too much. It is what it is, and we have to deal with it. There are a lot of games, and the schedule is going to be tight. It's difficult, but as players, we want to play games, so you can't say too much about it. Guardiola, does he improve players? Do managers actually improve players or not? Aké says, I think so. That's one of the reasons I came here to work under him, and have seen already in the first few months that he works with players and me, shows me stuff I can improve, works with me on the pitch on that aspect. I feel like I am learning, so that it is a plus for me, and that is one of the reasons I came. I see myself improving already, and hopefully there is more to come. City are good at centre-backs now. Obviously, we've got Diaz and Laporte. He said it's been good. We have a lot of competition with so many good players in the squad, but I knew that before I came. It was always going to be a challenge, and it's always good to have competition. There are a lot of games to be played, and every game, everyone wants to give 100% and try to help the team and win titles. Everyone has the same objective. Is Pep staying next season? He said the manager has been so good for this club. That's one of the reasons why I joined. It would be good. Obviously, it's up to him. So far, we focus on this season and trying to do our best. He's trying to win titles as well, so we focus on that first. That's Aké. Now, what's Pep got to say? Obviously, we're worried about injuries. Can Jesus play? Pep said it's too early to know. We'll see the last training session today. He did one training session with part of the team, but we are happy he is back. We are waiting on Sergio, but we have another alternative in Ferran. I'll talk about Jesus in a bit. Schedule. Have to manage minutes more, for sure. It depends on the players as well. There are players that can handle playing 3, 4, 5 games in a row without a problem. The others struggle more. We are only in the beginning of the season. November, December, January is very demanding in this country. So tomorrow is incredibly important to go on to 9 points and be incredibly close. And then we can handle this competition with the Premier League a little bit better. Centre-backs, is defence important? He said we struggled a lot last season for the problems that we had for Vincent going to Belgium and an important injury for Aymeric Laporte. We were damaged for a demanding season, and today with a new player coming in and Eric Garcia, we have alternatives to use them in these positions. Are you thinking about Liverpool? No. Absolutely not. You cannot make a false step in the Champions League because after that you struggle. We know to qualify you have to secure your games at home and win at least one away. We did it in winning in Marseille, but now we have to be sure we can keep the points at home. That's why tomorrow we have an incredible opportunity to make a huge step to qualify for the next round. If you win, does that free up games? Wait and see. Pep said, we want to qualify. This is the first step. It is the most important thing because there are important clubs, unlike a decade ago when qualifying was easier. First would be better and as soon as possible. But if we have to qualify in the last game at home, that is okay. After winning the first 2 games against Porto and Marseille, now we have another chance against Olympiacos tomorrow to leave them 6 points behind. This is the target and we are going to try. Still plays a lot. He starts to play the first 3 games and afterwards a little bit tired. He makes every effort 100% because he's younger and his energy and has energy and still has to learn to control his rhythms. Every action is high intensity. He has to learn to use the pause, but on the other side we have his energy. He plays a lot and every time he played, he was decisive in many aspects, playing 10 or 90 minutes. It is good what he has done so far, especially this season, but the previous seasons too. Scoring more goals in the Champions League, is it different to the Premier League? Pep said, I don't know. We're a team able to score a lot of goals. We scored a lot and conceded few. Against Leicester, we conceded penalties, but the other games, the average was quite good. We create more and concede less than the opponent, but I don't know the reason why we score more in Europe. Aguero's importance. Sterling can be the answer to Aguero in the long term. He can play there when the opponents play with the defending a lot of space in behind. Teams that come to press you and there are spaces to run, he can do it. When a team is settled in the box for 90 minutes, he's better playing in the sides. Is Aguero going to be ready for Liverpool? Right now, I don't know. He's getting better, but I don't know. We don't want him to have a setback, but he's getting better. I don't know about Liverpool, but I think for sure after the international break, he will be ready. Madrid struggled. Is achievement to qualify when you see other teams struggle? It's difficult. People don't believe it. Forget about it when people say about what people say. Even with the pandemic, the situation is more uncertain with all the clubs. It doesn't matter where. You have to do a good game to beat them. At home as well. It is a tricky competition. That is why I'm delighted with what we have done so far and why we cannot miss this chance of being in a position where just one step takes us to the best 16 teams in Europe. People say it's easy, but anything can happen. Porto have to win every week. Olympiacos is the same. When you have this mentality, it happens in Europe too. It is always difficult. That's why. Focus on what we have to do, and it's a huge opportunity for us to make an incredible step, and we have to take it. Why is the Champions League harder than before? More investment, more games. The managers are better prepared. The teams know exactly what they have to do. The spaces to attack almost don't exist. Before, there were more spaces. The teams are better. There is more money everywhere, not just in a few clubs. More clubs can spend money on important players and managers. Last season, we played against Atalanta, and they almost made the Champions League semi-finals and were incredible. When we made the draw, people thought nothing or said every time that Shakhtar was easy. Look at them against Madrid and Inter. It's not easy to qualify. Every time we do, I congratulate the players. It is the first success of the season, and there are many examples that can prove what I am saying. Will the youngsters be involved? Okay, obviously they've got the Youth Cup tonight. And Adrian Benabi and Felix Nemetcha are with the first team as they are ineligible for the Youth Cup. Because it's under 18s. Playing the final is more important than being on the bench. If they should play from the beginning, they will be here. But I don't have much injuries, so I prefer them to take experience playing a final against Chelsea, knowing they have to win and give a good performance to win the cup. And I want to see if they don't go there like they come here in the first team to help the important players to win the game. They have to win the game, and that is the best way. I mean, the Manchester Evening News talk about Liam Delap. Well, he can't play in the Champions League anyway because he doesn't qualify. He's not on the A list. He's not allowed to be on the B list because he's not been here for 12 months. But Cole Palmer, Howard Bellis, and Doyle, they'll be in the Youth Cup final, and that's at 7:30 tonight, guys. It's on BT. So if you want to watch that, I'll be doing the Olympiacos preview, so I'll miss maybe the first half an hour. Will the Academy youngsters play in the Champions League if you qualify early? Pep said, ask me this question when we have qualified, and after I will answer you. Right now, I would prefer, because we are not there, it would not respect the other teams. We are in a good position. It is the ideal situation, but we still have to win 2 more games. We have this chance tomorrow to make the step. We know perfectly what happened when we lost the first game against Lyon at home 2 seasons ago. We were lucky that we won away in other games and the other teams drew. We had to arrive in the last game to qualify. Winning tomorrow will be an incredible step to make the next round. And that is Pep's press conference. Let's catch up with what you guys have been saying. Let's catch up, guys. Okay. If I'm going to sneeze, I've done that. Thoughts on City signing Daniel Zakaria? No thoughts, Prithvi. As I said, I don't know much about him. I heard the name, But here we're talking about the press conference. We'll do another live stream tonight, hopefully around 9 o'clock. We'll talk about all sorts of stuff. Hi, Harry. Hope you're well. Maras is terrible, says Mr. Oak. Sorry, Algeria, nothing personal. And let's not worry about him. Champions League isn't the same without fans. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well. Pep said you cannot take a wrong step in the Champions League. Still reminds me of the Lyon game. Absolutely, Prithvi. You know, we were lucky. People don't believe this, but we lost at home 2-1. We drew away 2-all, and we should have lost away. You can't take anything too easy. Mr. Shanu, nice to have you on board, buddy. City need to score more goals and what's your prediction against Liverpool? To be honest, I'll think honestly, this is the way I feel. I start looking towards the Liverpool game after we played this game against Olympiacos tomorrow night. I'm not worried about Liverpool. I want to know who's fit. I want to know, is Gabriel Jesus going to be on the bench against Olympiacos? Is he going to get a few minutes? Or is he going to play? Will he be ready for the weekend? Okay, Gabriel Jesus, my feeling, as I said, you know, I'm no expert. I've got no inside information on almost anything, okay? All I do is I read stuff. I try to process it as best I can. I'll get things wrong. But my processing of the Gabriel Jesus situation is City don't want to take a risk. Pep said so himself. Let's see if I can get a bit more light on my face without it shining too much. Woo! This is the thing about Gabriel. Pep said the injury's on the front of his leg, and it's a risk, and you don't want to take a risk with him because if you have some injuries, you can take a risk, and if it doesn't work, it might cost you a week. Okay, you might miss another week or two. But it sounded like if Gabriel got injured again, it would be possibly worse than the original injury, or at least take you back to have to wait a month. So they don't want to take a risk with him. So that's why they're cautious. Anybody who said that Gabriel Jesus would have played against Sheffield United, honestly, in my opinion, they're wrong. You might call them an idiot or an imbecile or a foolhardy or a big mouth, but I just think they're playing wrong. Okay, I didn't expect him to play. I was surprised he was even having a fitness test, in my personal opinion. Half a training session with the lads. To me, guys, that's not enough. You're asking for trouble. Look what happened to Aguero. 3 games in, and he didn't even play full games. He played about 200 minutes. He's injured. He's out for probably a month. Fernandinho didn't warm up. He's injured for 4 to 6 weeks. You can't take risks. Still, I believe at best, Gabriel will be on the bench. At best, he might get 10 minutes at the end or something like that, just to get a run out. Is that going to be enough to get him ready for Liverpool? I don't know. If he's available for Liverpool, that gives us an option. It might be on the bench rather than starting. Aguero won't be ready for Liverpool. He's not even training with the lads. So they're not. I can't see them taking that risk unless they're jesting with us, unless they, pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. I can't see Aguero being ready for the Liverpool game. Just move my seat back a little bit so I can have a bit of space. So I'm expecting Aguero to be back after the international break. I expect Gabriel Jesus to be involved against Liverpool, or hopefully at least on the bench against Liverpool if he has a good week training. Mendy, no idea when Mendy's coming back. I think that'll be ages. So no one's even bothered asking. And I think everybody else is fit now. Aki's back, so that should be really good. Chris, I'm the same way. I always look. Yeah, you have to look after the game. You never know what's going to happen. You get 2 or 3 injuries, and then you've got to change things around. So you can't predict. Okay, I'll tell you a stupid thing I did yesterday. Okay, I changed my fantasy football team. I knew I should have changed it today, but I changed it. I was on Saturday. I made some substitutions because Holding was supposed to be out injured for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something, and he was my defender. So I've taken him out. Okay, and then he ends up playing. So now, and I've got 5 guys in my squad, or 6 guys, who are getting me 0 points because they're injured or they're not going to play. Okay, so I did something presumptuously. I did it too quickly. I should have waited till tonight, because what I was trying to do was buy players before they went up in price. So I take him out. I end up losing 4 points because I did an extra transfer that cost me, and Holding played, and I didn't need to take him out, and I didn't need to lose those 4 points, or I could have done it with somebody else. So I've still got, I think, 4 or 5 players in my squad who aren't going to play next week and are going to get me no points. So being too presumptuous, wait to see who's fit. Based on what Pep said, there's a small chance he starts against Liverpool and he might come off the bench. That's what I feel, Faris. Alexandros, I was waiting for a lot of years for tomorrow's game. I hope we will destroy the Reds. It's not going to be easy. Absolutely, it's not going to be easy, Alexandros. Pep said saying Sterling is better as a striker against teams that press and don't sit back makes me think he's going to play at Liverpool. That might happen. Well, he's going to play somewhere. It depends on Gabriel Jesus, but I think Gabby's not going to start. Play Ferran Torres as a centre forward and bring in Nemecha if we are leading 2-0 after. That's Felix Nemecha, and actually Lucas is doing really well over in Anderlecht. Gabby should not play if he's not 100%. We would rather him be fit for the rest of the season than force him to play now. Absolutely, I also fear Thompson. If he plays now and then he's out, if he plays even 10 or 15 minutes and then he's out for another 3 weeks, got to be careful. Yeah, I think we'll win tomorrow, Chris. What would you change in the lineup for I don't know, Faris. From last week or from the weekend? I suspect we're playing in Europe. Pep's going to go to Gundogan and Rodri in midfield with KDB, and I hope it's up front. I think he'll pick someone who won't be involved against Liverpool. Now, for me, I'd pick Mahrez, Foden, and Sterling, or Ferran Torres. I want to pick Mahrez because, personally, yeah, Mahrez, Torres, and Sterling. How about that? But don't play Torres too much, because the worry is if Torres, and this is my concern, if Torres has to play against Liverpool, because Gabby's not going to be fit, then I don't want him to play tomorrow night. That's my feeling. I would rather have maybe Foden, Sterling, and Mahrez. Put Mahrez up front. He's got a bit of height. Put him up front. I don't think Jesus starts tomorrow. We'll be lucky if he gets minutes tomorrow. Yeah, Faris, that's why I said 10 minutes at the end. Will we play 3 at the back tomorrow? I think so, Harry Mills. That seems to be the way we're going. Mr. Rupp, I'm not counting on Aguero anymore until he proves he can stay healthy and actually make an impact on games. He has ineffective in the last 3 games. That's what I said. He takes time to get going again. It takes time to get back into it. So it takes ages. Prediction for Liverpool, I'm saying 1-1. It's too far ahead, Mr. Shanu. I want to check on left and Cancelo at the right back. Guys, quick question. I've got Olympia. Before I disappear, guys, I've got the Olympiacos preview. What question shall I ask? Give me an idea, guys. I had about 4 questions. I've got 3 or 4 questions in my mind. Obviously, I'm going to talk about finances because of COVID. Any more questions to ask? Star players. Qualifying from the group. Give me some ideas. Yaya. Impact of Yaya. Yaya Toure. What was he like? What's he like? Any questions, guys? Come on. You got your chance. Will I be watching the final today? Tommy, I'm actually recording at 7:30. I'm hoping to be finished by 8 o'clock. I'm hoping to finish by 8 o'clock, the thing I'm doing. And then the live stream might be at 9:30, between 9:15 and 9:30, because I want to watch the youth team game. I want to watch that FA Youth Cup, the final. Unless we're getting pumped. That's obviously the concern. Every time we play Chelsea, we've got pumped 5-2, 4-2, and 6-2 in 3 finals against Chelsea in recent times. City, the youth team, they've lost 8 of their 10 finals. They've lost more finals than anybody else. 8 out of 10. Tommy, Mahrez should start tomorrow because he shouldn't start the weekend. So give somebody a rest. Now, why don't you give Sterling a rest until Saturday? So play Foden, Ferran Torres, and Mahrez. How about that? Or Bernardo Silva. But give somebody a rest. Maybe I have no problem playing Mahrez up top, Foden on one side, Bernardo Silva on the other. It's not ideal, but that's what I think. But don't take them lightly. Don't take them lightly, because simple thing is they've got 3 points. We lose to them tomorrow. Here's the thing: you lose. Olympiacos are on 6. We're on 6. Porto probably will be on 6. Okay, huge risk to do that. The ideal situation: we win tomorrow night, Marseille win tomorrow night, or it's a draw. If Marseille win, we're on 9 points. Everybody else is on 3 points. We're through. We're pretty much through. One more result out of 3, we're through, whether it's a draw or a win. Another win, we're going through as group winners. So that's really, really, really important tomorrow. So we've got to win from that perspective, but I think we will anyway. Pep believes players need rhythm, so we'll play most first team. Question: play them for a few minutes, play them at the end of the game, or play them for an hour. Don't. And the thing is, in the Champions League, you can make 5 subs in the Champions League. You can make 5 subs, so use them. If we do get the 2 or 3 goals ahead, Adribabe, place other players and take your important players off. And if I think Aké's going to start, Aké and Foden will start. I read somewhere. If Aké's going to start instead of Laporte, great. Or Aké might start on the left instead of Zinchenko or Cancelo, whichever. Give players minutes. Aké needs minutes if he's going to be considered for Saturday. Their goals in the Champions League, how do they think they'll perform? That's actually one of my questions. I've got it written down. Will you qualify from the group? Are you happy to get Europa League? The thing with the Europa League is you're probably going to go in the competition further than in the Champions League. If you get through to the next round of the Champions League, you're probably likely to get knocked out. Whereas in the Europa League, you might go through a few more rounds. We should start Zinchenko, says Faris. That's a good option, that. Walker should definitely get a rest. Yeah, Cancelo on the right and Zinchenko on the left, or Aké on the left. I'd actually go with Aké. I wouldn't start Zinchenko, Faris. Unless you... I mean, we could do something totally weird and put Garcia and Aké at centre-back. But I don't... And Zinchenko at left-back and Cancelo at right-back. It'll be interesting. Start them off and sub them off, says Out of Face Thompson. I agree. Stones to start. It's a crazy one. I think Garcia's got more chance than Stones of starting, to be honest, Faris. If it was me, I'd go for Stones and Laporte with Aké on the left, or Stones and Aké. I wouldn't go for Stones and Aké. And the reason I wouldn't go for Stones and Aké is Aké's just coming back from injury. Stones hasn't played much. Stones and Laporte, I think that's a good combination. Cancelo on the right and Aké on as left back. I wouldn't play Zinchenko because my priority is the Liverpool game, as Ivan Bravo says. So that's my idea. Talk about the team tonight. I think Olympiacos no injuries. Ask me rest Diaz Faris. Absolutely. Still think we should play non-key players as kids tomorrow. 50-50 would do. Yeah, Ivan, I don't totally agree. My feeling is, play. Look, how about this for a back? I'm not sure if Zach Steffen's going to be fit or Carson's going to be fit. We might have to play Edison, or we could play. I don't think we'll play James Trafford. So you could have Cancelo on the right, Stones or Garcia with Laporte and Aké. Come on, Man City, man like Khalid. Absolutely, buddy. Priorities, Liverpool games, says Ivan. I agree. Have they progressed or regressed in the last few years? I don't trust Garcia. We need to win tomorrow, says I. Sophia Thompson. Marcus Kelly. What's your reply to when rivals say we have no history? No history, guys. I was born, in 1968 when City won the league title in 1968. 1969, we won the FA Cup. 1970, we won the League Cup and the European Cup Winners' Cup. 1974, we lost in the League Cup final. 1976, we won the League Cup. 1977, we should have won the league. But winning trophies isn't about history. History is history. History is kind of what happened. And we go back, it says on the badge 1890. Oh, no, it's on the badge 1894? 1894. And we were actually formed before that. So City have been around a long time. So, a lot of the younger supporters, Marcus, when they have a pop, the funny thing is, they have a pop, and I'd say, I've been supporting City before you were born, son. Probably before your dad was born. If you watch that video from Arsenal two seasons ago, which kind of went viral. It was 57,000 views, I think. That was on Neek Sports, and Neek's hardly had any views, and they had that viral video that the shot of me. But it is, City have been going for donkey's years, We won the league title in the 30s, about 36, and then got relegated the following season in 37. We won the FA Cup in 56, was it? We lost in 55, won in 56. I can't even remember. So many. Won the FA Cup back in 1904, I think. We won plenty, guys. It's not about winning trophies, just history is history. How is Olympiacos away from? Yeah, absolutely. Pretty good question. I would go for Edison, Aké, and Stones, or Laporte, Cancelo and Zinchenko, Gundogan, KDB, Foden, Mahrez. No Rodri, Torres and Bernardo. So he could rest Rodri. He's played a lot of games, and play Bernardo and Gundogan. That's another option. And you get the energy from Bernardo in there as well. That's another way to go. Thanks, Io Sophia Thompson. Last season before the Liverpool game, Pep played a strong team and Edison got injured. I see him do the same thing tomorrow, says Albert. That's a good point. Edison shouldn't play, okay? But that's going to rely on either Zach Steffen being fit or Scott Carson being fit. I'd have Edison on the bench. If we can have 10 on the bench, Edison and James on the and if you win the game, you can make 5 subs. 5 subs. So for me, I'd have James Trafford on the bench unless Scott Carson and Zach Steffen are fit. I'd have I'd try and mix it up. So say Zach Steffen starts, say Scott Carson's still injured, and I'll bring if we're winning, say 3-0 with 20 minutes to go, bring James Trafford on. Actually, if he's not, is he playing tonight? I mean, he can still be on the bench tomorrow. You can still have him on the bench tomorrow. There's no harm. I think he's playing tonight. There's no harm because the game tonight's in St George's Park in the North Midlands. So, he can be on the bench tomorrow like he was in Marseille. I've asked if Olympiacos win tomorrow, and yes, how they'll win the match. I asked them if they have progressed or regressed in the last few years. Yeah, well, I'll do that. Okay, guys. I've got to go out now. Thanks so much for everybody joining us tonight. And please, if you are new to the channel, it would be fantastic if you could subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Guys, we put more videos out than probably any other Manchester City related channel. Maybe even more than the club. I don't think so. But and no other fan channel comes close to the number of videos we put out. Yesterday, you had the live stream that we did in the evening. You also had Jenny's Manchester City Women's FA Cup final review. That's rattling on now. In the last half an hour, that's got a few more views in the last half an hour. So, that's got another 5 views in the last half an hour. So that's going to hit 1,000, which is good for a small channel like this. So you've got all that. And as I said, tomorrow, I just need to find the time to put videos out. I've still got that wonderful interview I did with Lee Wingate, the football translator working in Austria, about Nathan Aké. Guys, believe me, trust me, that's a superb interview. It's one of the best we've had. So that's coming out tomorrow. All the normal stuff that we do is coming out tomorrow. There'll be some stuff. If you are interested in the women's football, City Women Fan TV, please, guys, subscribe. I only got 3 subscribers yesterday, and we put out 4 videos yesterday on that channel. There'll be another one going on tonight, and on that channel, and then more as we progress during the week. I'm hoping to put a few more out. Mr. Arik, what do you think of Ferran Torres' performance? He's been good. He's been good, Mr. Arik. I think at the start I was a bit concerned that he wasn't confident enough and he wasn't settled. Obviously, he's 20 years old. It's all new to him. But he scored 3 goals, got 2 assists. He's looking impressive. Really looking impressive. Yeah, that's it, Faris. If we're winning after 60 minutes, that's my idea. You're winning after 60 minutes, put James Trafford on if he's on the bench. Put Cole Palmer. Put Andrew Bernardi. Let them have 20 minutes. Put those 3 on. Yeah, and put anybody else on who you think needs minutes, who could do with 10 or 15 minutes. Put people on, give them that game time. If Zinchenko doesn't start, put him on for the last 20. Stuff like that. GRX, Torres has a high ceiling, absolutely. Guys, I've got to shoot. I've got lots of things to do. I'm driving back to France tomorrow. So it's going to be a very early start for me in the morning. And then I'll be back in time, as long as there's no problems on the way. I'll be back in time to do all the evening stuff. Man, busy man. Hey, it's Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez wants to contribute to the video I did with him. Catch you later, guys. Depending on how the game's going, if we're in the game, I'll watch the FA Youth Cup final to the end. If we're not in the game, I might come in a little bit earlier. But thanks so much for coming on, guys, and I'll see you around.